Yes. So fine. If this is your first time of being in our meeting, say hi. Just wave. Your first time. Okay. Now we have a very good number. So it means you don't know me. So my name is Jimiruna Leonard. Everybody calls me Mr. Leo, but you are only allowed to call me Mr. Leo if you are part of this family. So call me Jimiruna. Suffer with the name. Yes. Okay. So when I saw the flyer, let me confess to you. We started talking about the meeting, and then we said, mentor spoke to me, said, I spoke to the person designing, put up the flyer. We have a meeting this weekend, put up the flyer. He asked me, what was the tag of the meeting? And I told him, no tag, just design the flyer. So when the person designed the flyer and sent it to me, I didn't respond. I just laughed. And then I forwarded it to Mentor Sam, and Mentor Sam just laughed. The same emoji I used to laugh was the same emoji he used to laugh. And we came back, and he said he loves the tag. And he said, we are going to be plucking money. It was, people called me from outside Abuja to tell me, Una know well. I said, yes, we know well. But however, now, why am I telling you this? In the literal sense, truly, people are actually plucking money. People are actually plucking money. But before we pluck the money properly, so let's talk about how we need to get the money, yeah? How many of you I grew up in the north, so there's something called Lambu. Do you know Lambu? Who speaks Hausa? You know Lambu? So we have gone to Lambu before, where people have plantation and people go to steal banana or steal mango, sugar cane, like that. I have never had the temerity. I have never been strong mentally to steal. So I don't climb fence. You see me now, I don't climb, I don't have mark on my body. So but when my friends are climbing fence, I follow them on the ground. And we'll be doing everything. So I have not been able to scale fence. I only tried one thing one time. We went to some place like a river, so people went to go and bath. I don't swim. So but I just entered the water small. When I came back, my whole body was white. The beating that my mother gave me, that was what stopped me from doing anything. Yes, it just restored me back to default setting. So when people are climbing fence, when people are throwing stone, I will not throw stone. I will enter our house. I don't like stress. So that's why I didn't enter plantations. But then, the only way that people actually got whatever they wanted to get was that they left their houses and they entered the Lambu. Whether you understand Hausa or not, accept it today. It's called Lambu. So they entered it. And truly, a lot of things have been really holding us down. And I'm not here to speak to you today about taking action. You've heard it so many times now. Take action, do something, start. Yeah, start. Just start. But the truth is, how many things have you started and left along the way? How many jotters have you filled by going to seminars or attending church services that you have never revisited? Yes, ma'am. So we have a lot of notepads, a lot of jotters that we don't revisit. So, by inspiration, I'm tagging today's talk momentum, right? Please time me, right? Please time me. Momentum. Next slide. Everything should be. Next one. Fantastic. So, it's going to sound like a teaching, but we're going to do it very fast. So, what is momentum? I carry dictionary definition. So it's not my own words. I will not sound like a pastor. So momentum is simple. So there are two different definitions. However, I picked the second one. I'm going to base and stay on the second one. The impetus gained by a moving object. The first one is physics. The quantity of motion of moving objects, whatever. How many of you remember Newton's law of motion? Yes, where they say an object will continue, is the second one, yes. Will continue, right? Will continue. But there is another law that says that an object will remain at a state of rest, or that inertia. So unless there is an external force acted on it, unless there is a force acted on it, it will continue that way, right? So now, but we are talking about momentum. So we've heard things now. The vehicle gained momentum while on the road, as the road dipped. The impetus of a driving force gathered. Now, this is it. Listen to this. The impetus of a driving force gained by the development of process or course of events. Are you with me? So, which means that momentum can be gained by processes or the course of events, which means as this event happens, another event will happen, then there probably will be a ripple effect of events that will generate momentum. Are we together? How many of you have been in a house? You may not, maybe we're not in the same tax bracket. In a house where when you turn on the fan or when light comes, you have to assist your fan. No, you have not been there. Oh, you have been there, right? Thank you. We're in the same tax bracket. You are richer. So when light comes on, you have to assist your fan. You turn it once, twice, it will pick up. When it picks, you can now sleep. What you did was that you helped the fan generate momentum. So momentum can sustain itself, but momentum cannot start itself. Okay, it's about the fan, I understand. Now, but when I said the impetus, many people, the only time you have heard impetus is who gave you the impetus? This is what it means. The impetus means the force or energy with which a body moves. Whatever, this is an illustration of it. So please don't forget this. The force or energy with which a body moves. Then we said the impetus gained by a moving object or gotten by development of processes, which means the force or energy that is gained from development of events, or the force or energy that is gained from a moving object. Do we understand? Have we come to the same point now? So have we come to the same point? Okay, you don't understand. So let's go back. The force that is gained when an object begins to move. Do you understand that? The force that is gained. How many of you have done this play with tire? Guys, ladies have not done it. It's tire. So when they send you, you carry tire first to go so that you'll be fast. You are too rich for me. You know it, what? Exactly. Or you have played Boris. So when there is a slope and you carry a tire and push it down, do you notice that the tire will continuously roll? But the tire on its own does not have the ability to. So, but as the slope is going down, as the tire starts going, it starts rolling faster. And the tire will not stop again because of how the road is. What the tire did was the tire gained momentum. Are you now having a pictorial representation of what momentum is? Okay? You get that now? So there is, let's use another illustration. You've gone to the university, right? And you don't read. Maybe you were like me at some point. I was like that. You don't read the moment semester starts. You read when you hear there's test tomorrow. See, usually when you pick your book to read, what happens is you sleep off. But when you started, because there's test tomorrow, you are like me, you sleep overnight in class, and then they now start telling you now start, what do they call it now? You start reading. And I've told my friends before, I said, do you know that the moment I started, I was not understanding this course before. The moment I started, I just did know it just the enter. That's what we say. It just the enter. What happened was I started something. As I was started getting it, I was building momentum. I had it. Do we get the idea now? So we can now move next. Now, there is no momentum without resistance. There is no momentum without resistance. Let me tell you something. Your entire life is a story of resistance. Right? Now, I'm not okay. Many of you have gone to school. How does a baby in the womb, a baby before is born, how does the baby breathe? How does the baby breathe? How does the baby get oxygen? Who knows? Yes, the mothers know. They don't want to help you people yet. Yes, thank you. The umbilical cord. The nurse said placenta. Does the baby have lungs developed? Even at 9 months, when the baby is ready to be born, the baby has lungs fully developed, but the baby is not using it. Right? So it means that the baby is breathing or using oxygen, but the baby is not using its lungs. Right? Now, let's say something. The beginning of an event needs to happen before you will gain momentum, right? So it means you need to start before you gain the momentum. However, what is the beginning? The beginning is a change of status quo. I'm just being ahead of myself, but it's the change of status quo. When you are changing the way things are. So what happens to the child? The moment you were coming into this world, what happens to the child? First is resistance. First. So when the child comes into the world and then the umbilical cord is cut, now the fluid or whatever that is in the lungs has to flush out. And then the baby now begins to take in air. So there is contraction, there is expansion. It is a discomforting event for the baby at first. That is why the baby has to cry. Do we understand? Yeah, she's clapping for me. Yes, I'm a computer science student, but I know this. Right? So the baby has to cry. I read somewhere, I read it just once, so I didn't read this one again. That's why I'm saying this. That as the air is going in and coming out, there is a vibration which creates the sound. That's what creates the cry. So the air that has never, that's why a baby does not cry in the womb. But as the air is going into contraction, expansion, that's why the baby cries. So what is that? Resistance. So the baby is resisting the natural way that things are usually done. So there is a change, but the baby is resisting. Your life is a series of resistance. You see, so all of us agree that the moment we were born, what we started facing was what? Resistance. Have you seen, it's not a very pleasant story, but when somebody passes on, I've been there where one or two people who have passed on, and you hear that they have to clean the person up. Why? They're cleaning the person up because there is defecation or excretion like that. Sometimes it's gas. Why? There is no resistance. When there is no resistance, is a sign of death. Are we together? So resistance is a characteristic of life. It is a sign of growth. So from birth, you're going to be facing one resistance or the other. The moment there is no resistance, it means that you have either plateaued or you are dead. You know what I mean by plateau? You have reached the crest. You are at the highest point. So there is nothing else to do, and humans usually never get there. There is always better. Have we established this now? Yes. So okay, yeah, I said this. Resistance is symbolic of life and characteristic of growth. If there is no resistance, it means you have plateaued. Once you can push past resistance, you have started gaining momentum. That baby that started crying when born, the baby stops crying because breathing now becomes a normal thing. When we started learning how to drive, you have to look at your mirror. People will be shouting work on the road for you, send them. But you have to check everything. I started learning with driving a manual car. So you have to check everything and drive. Let me tell you a story, sidebar. Before, poverty, Jesus. Before, do you know when people, it was Andrew I was telling, we were going around for one event and I saw a driver put his hand on the window. You know, the way they will drive and they will drop their hand outside. Yeah. When I was younger, that was my dream. I wanted to drive one hand and one hand outside. I did not know it was poverty.
Is it poverty?
Now I cannot drive. I don't want. Yes, ma'am. Let me explain. Let me explain why. I did not know that you are supposed to drive with the windows up. Your hand is not supposed to be outside. But that is the way they just have to relax in the car. Because the window is down, no AC, your hand will come out by default. Do you understand? So when I now that whenever I wind down, I will say noise is too much, air is too much. You see, that was my dream. But that's not what we're talking about today. What I was saying is driving. So when you start driving, you have to check everything. As you go on, as you build momentum mentally, you don't. Now I was telling somebody that I have driven before from City Gates. I came back to myself. Then I was living behind Jonah. I came back to myself when I horned for the gate man to open the gate. I can't remember who I overtook or who overtook me. I just saw myself at my gate and it was at night. So which means that my conscious mind was not driving it. The same way you can do that, you can build momentum mentally. So momentum is not only physical. Are we together? Now, are we putting pieces together? You are now understanding where we are going, Abi? Fantastic. Take me to the next one. So, momentum, we've agreed that the moment you start, you have started gaining momentum. So, this is not dictionary definition now. Momentum is when your next steps are assisted by your previous steps. Have you seen stories of wealthy people who tell you that? They tell you the story of their life, how they suffered, how they went through this, how they went through that, and you ask them, what would they change? They will tell you, I will not change anything. Because you will later discover that it is that thing that you went through that assisted your next processes, made you become who you are, that you can face the challenge and surmount everything that you want to surmount. So, momentum is when your next steps assist your previous steps, assist your next steps, which means your next steps are assisted by your previous steps. So that's how it is. And I said it is deliberate and you chose steps because there is the first step, the second step, the third step, and then it flows. Right? So momentum does not start. Momentum only happens to a moving object. Do you get that? You cannot gain momentum at rest. If you don't start it, you will not, there is no way you will gain momentum. There is no way. Right? So, but then, starting, I told you earlier, is distorting the status quo. Usually, the problem with so many people is starting. Usually. And the moment you start, they say universe, but the forces of the universe is going to align. And it's going to be like law of attraction. You've heard that before. Everything is going to gravitate towards you because you are gaining momentum. Now, but as you start, momentum is gained gradually. Are you hearing me? Momentum is gained gradually. It is not instant. The instance they usually give you, say a baby does not start by running. The baby starts to stand or crawl, in fact sit, crawl, stand, then walk before the baby starts to run. That's actually how momentum is gained. Somebody say even playing this thing, they trek before you kick off. But helicopter no they trek. But then that's by the way. Somebody replied and said helicopter no they trek. Now, when momentum is gained gradually, it does not eliminate effort, but it's not as strenuous as in the beginning. Momentum is going to make your work very easy as you gain it. Right? So we're saying this is, it's still sounding abstract and like physics to some people, but no problem. We'll go home. Take me to next time. Momentum does not have a mind of its own. It just helps you do what you are doing consistently. So this is what it means. Listen to this. It helps you to do what you are doing consistently. Not what you are doing, no. What you are doing consistently, you will gain momentum in it. So if you are practicing, you are a liar, you will gain momentum. So much so that when you open your mouth, it will flow with ceaseless staccato. You will not think of it. You'll be like, but that was not necessary. It's like I meet you now, I'll be like, this your clothes is fine. I saw one last week. Shit, I didn't sew it. You know, I'll just tell you that I saw one last week. I didn't sew it. So now, why did I lie? You have built momentum. You have muscles to lie. You see, this is like a joke, right? There was a time that people cannot stand before people to speak. But gradually, as you go, I was telling somebody where we went to an event recently, maybe a week, 2 weeks before I traveled. So I can't remember. We were at an event and we saw the former governor of one of these states. And we said, because marketing now, she was a lady, we said, go with him, go to meet him. I will go with you. The lady stalled for at least 3 minutes. And the guy was going to go. It was a window of opportunity. Go. I will go with you. If you go, I will not talk. Oh. Me, you are the one that I wanted to slap her. Yeah. I said, follow me. Yeah. I just went and greeted the man straight. We finished. When we were coming back, I told her, you see me like this. You are seeing me with, in fact, I was wearing this jacket. You are seeing me looking like this. If you like, feel stadium with past governors. Give me mic. Give me topic there. I will talk there. I will create a speech on how I don't know anything about the topic that they gave me there and then. It's simple. But do you know why? I gained momentum because I kept doing it every time. Do you get my point? So this can be applied to anything. If you are on an upward move, you will gain momentum going upwards. If you are on a downward spiral, you will fall. So whatever you choose to consistently do, you will gain momentum there. You're smiling. He knows how to talk very well. So, you learn it. Momentum is initially invisible until it becomes unstoppable. Mm-hmm. Yes. You can never see momentum being gained. Let me give you one powerful story, one powerful illustration I heard before. They said a hen, when it lays eggs, how long does it stay on the egg to incubate? How long? 21 days. See, through whatever happens, nobody is clapping for the hen. Have you ever seen anybody celebrate the hen and clap, or somebody liking the hen's comment, or liking the hen's post, or telling the hen is doing well? Nobody. But consistently, the hen will just quickly go out, get something to eat, and go back to that place. Nobody sees what is happening. But after 21 days, the eggs begin to crack, and life is coming out of it. Why? Momentum. The person has stayed there. You will not see what is happening at the beginning, but something is being built. It's like growth. You will not see it. When you start going to the gym, they say, I've not gone. They said that. Now, if you see, I didn't go. But then they said, what happens to you was that your muscles begin to tear. They tear and they build back again. There is the resistance. Do you visibly see where it's tearing? One day you just discover that the guy can carry 50 kg. Andrew was giving me a story. He said when he went that day, he wanted to faint. The first day, he said he struggled. He couldn't do anything. When we were going out, you say, I beg, man of God, drive us now. He can't drive. But I went one day to pick him from the gym in the morning. and he was running. He even kept food. He was videoing himself, doing things anyhow. I was wondering, when will I be there? But he has done that. We didn't see the muscle tearing, but he has built them already. Do we get the idea? Initially, when you are gaining momentum, you won't see it. So when you set your camera, when you start doing that Zoom meeting, when you start doing whatever you are doing, nobody is seeing it. A business will be presented to you. You will start and you will think nothing is happening. People are watching you. It will get to a time when you open your Zoom, people will just fool. Let me not jump the gun. When you interrupt momentum, you have to start afresh. The moment you stop and think you will pick it up from where you stop, is a lie. I used to confess now. There are things that I stopped. I wanted to start again. I had to go through the resistance of starting again. It's more difficult. And it gets more difficult. See, this thing I'm telling you, maybe you have not experienced it. You will. Maybe you have. I'm bringing your mind back to that thing. Maybe it's a business that we are here to give you to see. It will happen. It is a new terrain. You are changing the status quo. You will face the resistance. How many minutes do I have left? Okay. So you will change. You are changing it. So everything is going to change. You have to start afresh. Let me give you an instance. I prefer that you do, what do they call this thing? Mid-year resolution than New Year resolution. Do you know why? Let me give you an instance now. Many people now have said 2025 don't finish. By January we start. Because you think the moment you carry pen and paper and write this year 6 packs, this year 2 cars, and you are very funny. No, because we used to see prayer points and people are typing. It's not going to work. Do you know why? Sure, you have relaxed now. When you want to pick it up by January, the resistance of starting, you will hit it again. You have to start afresh. You will never pick it up from where you left it. Research has shown that the people that are climbing Mount Everest, most of the people that have died on the way, they died at 80%. Most of them. They will almost reach. They will give up. When they come down, those that didn't die and came down, they have to start again. You have to start from the bottom. And it is an illusion. It is an illusion. How many of you have seen long distance races where people are running and then they are close to the finish line or last lap, they feel like they are going to faint? Some people are assisted. They are literally carrying themselves to the finish line. But the moment they finish, they will start running to celebrate. Where did they get that energy? Honestly, where? There's a hormone that was released because you won, converted to this. That's a long story. I don't want to tell you. But you convert, and it landed as dopamine. But that's not what it's yet. It started the form. So they now go back. So the illusion that you are feeling that you need to stop, everything is gravitating. Please, I need to give this illustration. It was not in my plan, so it made this thing. Just few people. Come, sir. 3, just 3 people. 3. Come. Stand. I need one more person. Stand. Sir, stand this way. But face him. Face this guy. You stand here. You face them. You stay here. Okay. Right? So you come back. Come to the back. So this is the idea. This is what this guy is doing. This guy is trying to make motion. He needs, let's say, 2 things that you need, right? Yes. Ministerial appointment, for instance, a ministerial appointment and a new car. New car is too distant, but let's say a ministerial appointment and a new car. So this is ministerial appointment. This is a new car. Are you following me? Please don't lose this. This is the idea. He's going to move. You're going to take 1 step. Okay. You come one step here. You take 1 step. When you take 1 step here, you take 1 step here. You get the idea? So let's do first step. Do you understand? Take the next step. So that's the thing. Take the next step. They don't enter your body with that. Do you get the idea? Yes, sir. So what he needed to do was, he needed to take the first step to move. Then the things start gravitating towards him. If he stopped in the first step, or he was tired, that was the end. They will move back again. When he stops, there is no stagnancy. There's no stagnancy in life. So when he stops, they will move back again. When he starts again, they now start gravitating towards him. So he's starting afresh. Thank you very much. Sit down, sir. Do you get the idea now? Okay. So time wasted. What you did was a waste of time. So you rather finish it. Momentum aligns forces in your direction. That's what I just said. Let's go. This should be the. Yeah. Thank you. So now I'm not. Yeah. This is my wrapping up. I even thought there was another one. So how many minutes? Fantastic. I stuck to time. Now, this is what I mean. You have done a business before. You know, there's this illusion that they tell you that you are taking risk. Take the risk. You've heard this thing, right?
Yes.
Take risk. Funny enough, a lot of things that you are doing is not risk. Do you know what risk is? Risk is doing something that there is danger. There is a danger attached to it in case you don't get it right? Or you fail. So if I tell you to start a business now, sir, start a business now. Honestly, I don't think you are taking a risk. Do you understand? The business can be a risk at some point, but most of the time, what is given to you is not a risk. When you start, put your phones on silent. Somebody mentioned that earlier. So when you start, what usually happens is that you will fail. And when you fail, what happens usually is that you will start afresh. Do you get my point? This one is not about you lost momentum. This one is you did it to the end, but it didn't work. The plan might not have worked, but it worked on you. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
Usually, life has a way of correcting things for you. Okay, if you think that, how many mistakes have you made in this life? Why didn't you die? Why are you still alive? You are trying other things. So there is an illusion that if you do something and fail, usually, in fact, let me use business. I have done things that my money vanished. Yeah, so usually we will say, nah, just risk am. When you down, nothing they happen to us. It will not pay you. Sometimes you even know that this thing will crash. You know that it's not going to last, but you still did it. Do you get my point? What I'm trying to make you understand is, I rather start, gain momentum, finish it till the end. And then I discovered it was not right. I now know how, I failed faster, I know how not to do it again. As fast as that. And we get back to the drawing board. We don't have it. You see, usually, how many of you think, okay, Paul, how many of you think your problem is not that you don't want to do this, you have a problem of consistency? Yes, thank you, Ma. Raise your hand now. We want to take, because we have people that have their issues. I want to give you a solution for that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good number. Your problem is just consistency. Okay, so now, you see, the moment you admit that you have a problem, it will solidify itself as a problem. So now, let's agree, you don't have a problem. You don't, now, all of you that rose your hand, you don't have a problem of consistency. Do you know why? You don't know why? Everybody has a problem. No, everybody doesn't have a problem of consistency. Everybody, because everybody is consistent at something. You are probably consistent on Instagram. So you understand that your problem is not consistency. Your problem is motivation to do the thing that matters. So it's not consistency. You say that when I read book, I want to read this book, and I want to read the book. When you start, sleep will catch you. How many books have you started that you've not finished? You see? So what happens is, now, this is it. The idea is not that you don't, like, you really want to do it. You genuinely, you want to do it. But this book that you wanted to read, there are materials in university that you read more than that for exams. Why? You had the motivation to write the exams and pass. Even though I know you don't understand what you wrote, you cram it, but you read it to the end. So none of us, let's admit today, I don't have a problem of consistency. I just need to get motivation to do the things that truly matter. So today we are going to make a resolution to continue to build momentum on the things that matter. I will give you instances. There are people that we started business with. They say, mentor, I bought this level since 2 weeks ago, and I've not started making any money. 2 weeks? That's a long time. How? He said 2 weeks. So we usually gist about it. One day, I think that person got me at the wrong time. So, but that person is not the same person. No. This one, he said he's been in the business for the past 1 month. He has not made any money. So I now asked him just a few questions. Okay, did you, like, how are you building the business? What did you do? The guy didn't do anything. The guy was waiting for something, quote unquote, called spillover. So I now asked him. Then, the guy had finished school, but he didn't have a job yet. But he was working here and there, he was making small money. So I now asked the guy, how long did you stay in the university? The guy told me, everybody in Nigeria stayed, except you went to private university, you stayed for at least 5-6 years. 4 years. Yeah, 4 years, no strike. If you are lucky. My course was a 4 years course. I just spent 6 years. So anybody that had spillover might set 7 years.
There was no strike, COVID.
There was no strike, there was COVID, there's something called Gudu Hijira insurgency where I schooled. Yes, Boko Haram. That's what happened. So listen, so the guy spent 5 years in the university. I asked him, how much do you think you spent as school fees and hostel fees, or if you lived off key, how much did you spend? The money he mentioned, the money he used to do this business or start the business was not up to 20% of the money that he used in school. Do you understand my point?
Yes.
So I asked him, how many years have you used? He said 5 years. I said, how much? He thought I was maybe I was going to give him money, I don't know, but he was religiously giving me answer. So I now asked him, I said, okay, that's very beautiful. So in that 5 years, so the first time you paid school fees was more than this money you used. Have you started making money from the school fees that you paid? You were patient enough to wait for 5 years for something that you are not certain of. And you are in a rush to lose momentum over something that has a proven track record in a short while because you yourself refuse to engage it. Then I don't think the problem is only you. The problem is you and the forces that have held your mind bound. You see, this guy, why is this guy laughing? It's not insults now, it's true. It's you and the forces that have held your mind bound. Yes, you have the impetus. So, this is it. Please. You don't have a problem of consistency. That's one. Whatever you want to start, if you don't think you're going to find a way to build momentum to the end, take a rethink. But if you have started it, push it through till the end. There are things that you have already started building momentum on, and you are going with all speed, all alacrity, all your mind is in it. But somehow, it's like a track. Everybody has his own track. If you drop one fast car, maybe a Ferrari, let's say a Ferrari. If you drop a Ferrari and a plane on the airport, on the runway for them to go, see, they will be going at the same speed. But when they get to a point, that plane has no option but to lift off. But the car is going to continue at that speed so far as there is road. Is any of them doing under its capacity? Is the car doing under its capacity because it's not in the air? No. You are going to be in your own lane. Build momentum. But sometimes somebody may come back and tell you, on this road, armed robbery is going on there. So come back. Or change your tactics or follow another road that will arrive at the same destination. You may be on a path that you need to change. Don't continue building momentum on it. Change it. Do you understand? Change it. But some, you just have to continue. Some, you have to start something new. But make sure you see it through till the end. Thank you very much.